Hi 5D. So today we're going to talk a little bit about finding the volume of rectangular prisms, but these shapes are combined volumes of prisms. So it's really two rectangular prisms put together. So what I want you to do is open up your books to page, let me double check. Okay, 605. And I want you to try this solve and share. Pause the video now and give it a try. Okay, so Ariel is thinking of a three-dimensional figure that is made by combining two rectangular prisms. What is the volume of this three-dimensional figure? So what you really have to do with this shape, and shapes like this when they're irregular, you want to split it up so that then you see two rectangular prisms. So there's two possibilities. You could draw a line here, or you could draw a line here to make it two different rectangular prisms, and then find the volume of each of them and then add it together. So what I'm going to decide to do is I'm going to decide to split my rectangular prism right down here. Okay, so then what I'm going to do now is I have to find my length. So volume equals length times width, I'm a little crooked, times height. So now of each one of these shapes, so my first shape, I'm going to start to do this one right here, this rectangular prism. The thing that happens often is students get confused because you see a 6 here and you think that this 6 has something to do with, let's say, the width. But you have to realize that you're cutting this side in half, or not in half exactly, but you're cutting a portion of this whole length. So now I need to look for different numbers to make sure I have the right ones. So let's say that this is my length, which is then 4 centimeters. And then let's say this is my width going back here. Because you see that that's 4 centimeters. And now this right here is my height, 2 centimeters. So then for that first rectangular prism A, we'll call it A, we'll say A, sorry, I've got to write it up here. A equals 4 times 2 times 4. So that's 8 times 4, which is 32. So 32 cubic centimeters. Now, I have to still do rectangular prism B. So I need to find my length, my width, and my height. So my width right now, if I'm looking at this, it's definitely 2 centimeters. And then this is my length, still 4 centimeters. It's the same as the bottom one. And then my height, because looking at where I cut it off, this whole line is the height of rectangular prism B. So it's 7. So now I'm going to multiply that. So 2 times 4 times 7. 2 times 4 is 8. 8 times 7 is 56 centimeters cubed. Now I'm not done, because what is the last thing I need to do to be able to solve this problem is I need to be able to find out the volume of the entire rectangular prism, or the combined rectangular prisms. So I need to add these two numbers. So it would be 32 plus 56, which is 88 centimeters cubed. And then I'm done. So I want to try a couple more together. So we're going to go over to the guide of practice. So let's look at this one. This one's good practice for us. So hopefully in your books you're on page 607. They actually split it up for us. We could have also split it right there if we wanted to, but they did it for us. So then they have rectangular prism A and B. So what I want to look at just right now is to be able to circle the length, the width, and the height. It doesn't really matter what you see as the length or the width or the height, because it's all, you're multiplying. So we know, using the commutative property of multiplication, that we can change the numbers as long as the values are correct. So right now I'm looking at this and I see my length is 4. I'll get the marker. My width is 3 and my height is 12 for this one. And then my length, my width, and my height for prism B. Let's see. This is definitely the width. 5 is the height. And then my length. There. I guess 2 is the length, 3 is the width, 5 is the height. And I would multiply 3 times 4 times 12 if I were to solve it. It's not asking us to, but that for prism A, and for prism B I would do 2 times 5 times 3. So let's just do number 3 one more together. It's really going to be important that you decide how you're splitting up your rectangular prisms, because that will help you when trying to find the area of these irregular figures. So this one, to me, if I'm looking at it just quickly, I want to split it here. You could split it there, but I want to split it right here. So now I need to look at this little piece, and I'm going to do my width is 7. Don't get confused because the length is no longer 13, because 15, I'm sorry, because you're not going all the way across. My width is 10 and 2. So I would do 7 times 10 times 2. For that would be rectangular prism A, and that equals 140 inches cubed. So then I need to do this next one. So to me, my length is 5 for this one. And then I have my width is 7 and my height is 8. So what I would do for the second one is 5 times 7 times 8. 5 times 7 is 35 times 8. Doing a little side math. 4, 24, 20, 280. Hope I'm right. Okay, so then 280 inches cubed. And I'm not done because I want to find the volume of this whole figure. So I have to add them. So I get 420 inches cubed. All right, I know that was kind of quick and it's a little bit of a hard lesson, so I promise to go through it when I get back. This one, just a suggestion, I would cut it this way right here. So you make 2 rectangles right there. And then you can find your length. I'm just going to circle them. Your width and your height. This would be for rectangle A, and then for rectangle B, I would do the same thing, multiply for rectangle A, multiply for rectangle B, and then add them. All right, so today what I want you to finish, I want you to do numbers, let's say 5. I'm going to end up, I think you'll probably do 5 through 13 all. So I'll write that right up here, and I'll also write it on Google Classroom so you know your assignment for today. Numbers, 5 through 13 all. When you finish, you can do a couple things. You can work a little bit on your March Madness. You can do Prodigy. You can finish up that yellow packet if you haven't. You can do any of the additional math activities. Please do not play math games. I have Go Guardian, so I'll be checking in throughout the day. All right, I hope you have a good day, and I will have another video ready for you during writing time. Bye-bye.